Comparison is not the thief of joy. I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly because I think it's all about perspective. How are you comparing? What are you comparing to? And is it realistic? Like, look, a lot of times people compare themselves to people on the internet, and normally it's bad for them because let me mute this. Because you're comparing yourself to somebody who's only posting the good times. So you think that their life is perfect, and you look at your life and you're like, I ain't got this. Why I ain't got this? Why I ain't got this? That's when comparison is bad. But if you compare the right way, it can give you more motivation. Even though I always say motivation is not as important as discipline, because discipline is not emotional. It is your habits. Motivation is motivational. Is emotion. It comes, it goes. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But here's the thing, right? You compare yourself the right way, and it will help you. So look, I got 10 points right now. 1, comparison is natural. No matter how bad you try not to compare yourself, you're going to, just because you're a human and you're going to compare yourself. You're going to see a car that you want. You're going to see somebody's body type. You're like, dang, I kind of want, it's going to happen whether you do it or not. It's going to be subconsciously. Number 2, comparison can show you what is possible. If I'm like this, look, right? I'm a YouTuber, right? 30-some thousand subscribers, about to be at 40K. I see these guys like T-Top, Hawkesy, Bordeaux. My comparison wise is like, dang, they got there. T-Top at 100-some K. I can get there too. It's not a dang, bro. They all the way over there. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. It's more of dang, like a little extra push. You like, okay, it gives you confirmation that you can actually do that thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's unhealthy when you're doing an upward comparison. More of a, if you make it personal, if you start hurting your own self-worth with the comparison, if you're that type of person, just don't compare at that point. It's gonna happen anyways, but just you should never compare personal wise. You should be comparing like just off of the fact that like, dang, I can do that. Like that is something that can happen because I can see it right here. I see that he hit 100K. I saw T-Top go from like under 10K, or no, he was at like 20K, and I saw him go to 100K. I saw certain people get to certain places. I'm like, I can do that too. And I'm about to be 40K now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Comparison only steals your joy when your self-worth depends on it. That's the 5th one. But no, that's the 4th one. Comparison can motivate you. That's kind of what I said already. But it's more of, yeah, there's just a reachability. The fact that you know that this can happen, so it gives you more motivation. I do always say motivation is not important to discipline, but motivation is good to have. The most motivation, the more motivation you have with as much discipline as you can get, then you will be good because you're gonna have the habits, the discipline to keep on doing what you're doing, no matter what, no matter if the motivation is going or not. But just having the motivation every once in a while helps with that extra push of just doing it. It's different. It's different, bro. So don't compare it the wrong way. Compare it in a way like, dang, I can do that. I see it because I know I can do it because I'm seeing it right now. What is the difference between him and me? We both human. He ain't no Superman. He ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? We both human. So at the end of the day, if he could do it, I could do it. That's the comparison way. That's a way that you should be comparing yourself. Not in a way of, dang, that look hard. Everything's hard. Just do it, bro. You feel me? 6, it becomes toxic when you ignore the context. When you're comparing, like I said, if you're comparing yourself to people on the internet, personal wise, right? You're comparing your real life that has ups and downs to somebody's highlight reel. You're comparing yourself to somebody's only highs. You don't see their lows because they're not going to post it. So in your mind, you're like, dang, they never are down. But I am. So it's going to make you feel bad about yourself because you're comparing yourself to somebody's perfect life that is not true. So there you go with that one. You know what I'm saying? What else we got, man? What else we got? Number 7, comparison reveals what you actually want. Sometimes you just got to go out in the world and see things and compare, just see things to know what you actually want to reach. Like, let's say a car, right? You don't even know what type of car you want or whatever, but you go out to LA. You like, dang, that Lambo look nice. Or you see on Instagram where you like, dang, that Lambo look kind of nice. I didn't know I wanted a Lambo until now. You compared in a way of just kind of setting a goal, really. You like, dang, he got a Lambo, I can get one too. It kind of seems repetitive, all these things, but it's good for your brain. I'm telling you, psychologically, repetition is really good, because if you keep on battering something to your head so many times, you're eventually gonna get it. And that's what I'm trying to get to y'all. That's what I'm trying to put in y'all minds, man. Comparison is not a tool. No. Comparison should be a tool, not an identity. And that means, that means to use comparison as an additional thing. Don't use it as the driving force of your journey. You got to use it as with the discipline, with the motivation, with these things. You don't want to just be comparing yourself just to compare yourself. Compare yourself with things that align with your goals. Me, like I said, I'm a YouTuber. My goal is to be a big YouTuber, hit 100K, all that stuff. So I'm comparing myself to the bigger YouTuber. I'm like, dang, okay, they consistent. They dropping vids like this. Okay, so maybe this is what I need to do now. Maybe this is how I need to do it. Maybe I'm not doing this right. Maybe I should do it like this. And then compare yourself the right way. Use it as a tool. Don't use it as the driving force. 9, compare yourself. Who you compare yourself to matters. I think that's a huge thing, right? Environment is a big thing when you're growing up, but I feel like the strong mindset people can go from the bottom to the top, come from the slums to, you know what I'm saying? Because they're not comparing themselves to the drug dealers. They're not comparing themselves to the rappers. They're not comparing themselves to the whatever. They're comparing themselves to people, because I say rappers because, you know, like black people, and specifically the biggest people that we are exposed to as kids are rappers, ball players, like I'm saying, sports players and stuff like that, and you know, it's drug dealers and stuff, right? But you don't want to compare yourself to people that you want to align with. That is the most important thing. Environment is important, but who you compare yourself to, creating that mental environment, is also really important. It's honestly, to me, more important than that, because you can get someone from the slums, and if they compare themselves the right way, they got the strong mindset, then they're going to be able to get out because they know what they can do. But the people compare themselves to the gangsters and stuff like that, they don't know how far they can actually get, so they end up staying in the streets. Come on, man. Look, these gems. Come on, bro. Your healthiest comparison is with your old self. Look, here's why I say this, right? Because nobody has the same experiences. Context matters. Comparing yourself to other people is only as good as it gets, but comparing yourself to yourself is the biggest way to know how far you have gotten, because you're the only person who has exactly your experiences. Nobody has the same exact experiences as you do. So you compare yourself to your old self. Me, I compare myself to myself all the time. 6 months, I always say this. 6 months ago, I don't even know who that is. 6 months ago, I was socially, I wasn't talking to nobody outside. 6 months ago, I was going to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, waking up at 12, 11 o'clock. At noon or whatever. 6 months ago, I was not eating healthy all the way. I was not in the gym consistently. I wasn't reading books like I am now. I wasn't grinding on 3 channels. I wasn't making short form content too. I wasn't doing all this stuff 6 months ago. I don't remember who that is, but I compare myself to that because I know how far I have gotten. I know how far I can get. So at the end of the day, bro, comparison is not the thief of joy. It's how you use comparison. It's who you compare yourself to. It's how you are comparing. Are you comparing yourself off of the personal level? Are you comparing yourself to people's highlights? Or are you comparing yourself to things that are achievable? Are you using it in a way of saying, dang, I can do that? You let me know, bro. I don't know. What y'all think about comparison? I feel like it ain't the worst thing in the world as long as you use it right.